To the Nantucket High School class of 2020 and to all of our Nantucket Community Music Center High School graduates, I want to congratulate you on your success. And I know you might be thinking, I only graduated from high school, I'm not successful yet. But American author Earl Nightingale said that success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. So graduates, in essence, you already have succeeded, and now you must continue to build on the momentum of this success. Not only do I want to congratulate you on your high school graduation, I also want to thank you just for being born. If that sounds a bit odd, consider this. At the moment of your conception, the chances of you being you were anywhere between 40 million and 2 billion to 1. That makes you a miracle. Albert Einstein said, there are only two ways in which we can live our lives. One is as though nothing is a miracle, and the other is as though everything is a miracle. I have seen the miraculous in my students, and I have always urged them to follow Einstein's advice, to err on the side of the miraculous. I use the word err to get to another bit of advice from one of my other teachers, Winston Churchill, who said that success is the ability to fail repeatedly without loss of enthusiasm. This is something that music training drives home very quickly, more than almost any other human activity in my experience. Success is the ability to learn from your mistakes and to recognize them as catalysts for positive change. And so making mistakes is absolutely critical to your continued growth and development. As a recent graduate, your continued success and what that means in our global society is probably very much on your mind. Your high school degree might seem a bit banal to you, but I can assure you that it is not. It is symbolic of the trust that society is now placing in you as an educated adult citizen of the United States of America, and that is a very big deal. It entitles you to more freedom than you've ever had before. And I would like to take the opportunity to urge you to safeguard that freedom and to be vigilant against the ways that freedom can be encroached upon. You are a young person coming of age into a time of crisis. Climate change, a global pandemic, and racially motivated violence and civil unrest. And I know this may be overwhelming to some of you right now, but consider for a moment that you've been chosen. You've been chosen by virtue of the intelligence of nature to thrive and succeed right now. You were not born to fail. Think about it. It would be utterly impractical and against all the laws of nature and logic if that were the case. I would urge you to look at COVID-19, the economic conditions it has engendered, systemic racial violence, and the degradation of the planet as complex challenges, but not as problems, as a network of opportunities and pathways that have been put into place by a divine intelligence, by your intelligence, not to hurt or diminish you or any of us, but to help facilitate your success and to bring human civilization from survival mode into a flourishing mode, like in the Renaissance. As a voice coach, I deal directly in self-confidence and self-awareness, in path and purpose, in vocation, voca, the voice, which is emblematic of the calling of a human being. The Greek philosopher Aristotle describes your calling as the precise intersection of your talent and the needs of the world. Now is the time for all of us to make an inventory of our gifts, talents, and abilities, and to consider the needs of our fellow human and non-human beings, and where we can all do the greatest good. And this inventory must be a continuous process throughout our entire lives, because this intersection between the needs of the world and our talents and abilities is always changing. There are so many teachers of mine that I would like to talk to you about. Leonardo da Vinci, Isadora Duncan, who says, "What I am is becoming." Ralph Waldo Emerson, Beethoven, so many. But I trust that you will all be diligent, lifelong learners because learning is so essential to your happiness. And finally, I'd like you to consider a little story. In the ancient wisdom traditions of India, there are two goddesses spoken of. There are many goddesses, but two pertain to this story. Saraswati, the goddess of music, science, art, and knowledge, and Lakshmi, the goddess of beauty and wealth. It's said that if you give all of your attention to Saraswati, Lakshmi will become very jealous and she will start to shower all of her attention upon you. This is what it is to be successful. Graduates, I wish you every blessing. I am always here for you. Namaste.